Sarah was a spirited young filmmaker, known among her friends for her unique passion, creating horror documentaries. With wild curls framing her face and a camera always slung over her shoulder, she sought to uncover chilling tales that lurked in the shadows of forgotten places. She loved the thrill of seeking out legends and myths, especially those whispered about haunted locations. One sunny afternoon, while scrolling through an online forum dedicated to spooky stories, Sarah stumbled upon a post that piqued her interest. It spoke of an abandoned house on the outskirts of town, said to be cursed and filled with restless spirits. Her heart raced at the thought of exploring such a place. This could be her biggest project yet. Determined to make a documentary that would captivate her audience, Sarah began planning her visit. She researched the house's dark history and gathered her filming gear. The idea of facing the unknown excited her, and she could already picture the spine-tingling footage she would capture. Little did she know, her adventure would lead her down a terrifying path. As Sarah delved deeper into her research about the abandoned house, she found herself captivated by its eerie past. The local legend spoke of a family who had mysteriously vanished decades ago, leaving behind only whispers of their tragic fate. Each story she read added layers to the house's haunting persona, and her imagination ran wild with ideas for her documentary. Determined to capture the essence of the location, Sarah marked her calendar for the following weekend. She envisioned herself walking through the creaking halls, camera rolling, as she narrated the chilling tales that surrounded it. The thought of uncovering secrets long buried filled her with excitement and a slight thrill of fear. On the day of her visit, Sarah packed her gear carefully, her camera, a tripod, extra batteries, and a flashlight. As she drove toward the outskirts of town, a sense of anticipation washed over her. The sun began to set, casting an orange glow over the landscape, and she felt an unmistakable pull toward the mysterious house that awaited her. The night before her trip, Sarah laid out her filming equipment with meticulous care. Each item had its purpose, and she felt a sense of responsibility to capture everything: the house, its atmosphere, and any mysterious happenings. She packed her camera, an extra lens for close-ups, a tripod for steady shots, and a flashlight to illuminate the dark corners of the deserted building. As she worked, her mind buzzed with excitement and anxiety. What if she encountered a ghost? What if she found something that shouldn't be disturbed? Despite her fears, Sarah resolved to keep her wits about her and remain focused on her goal, to document the haunting tales for her audience. After reviewing her checklist one last time, she settled into bed but struggled to sleep. Her thoughts were filled with visions of shadowy figures and whispers echoing through the halls. Finally, dawn arrived. Sarah rose early, adrenaline coursing through her veins as she set off in her car toward the abandoned house, ready to face whatever awaited her within those crumbling walls. As Sarah stepped into the abandoned house, a chill ran down her spine. The wooden floors creaked beneath her feet, echoing through the empty rooms. She raised her camera and began filming, capturing the peeling wallpaper and the dust that hung in the air like a mist. Each room told a story, and Sarah felt a thrill of excitement mixed with unease. However, as she moved deeper into the house, strange sounds began to fill the silence. A distant thud reverberated through the hallway, and shadows flickered at the edges of her vision. She paused, heart racing, but reminded herself that she was there to document everything. Gathering her courage, she pressed on. The unsettling atmosphere intensified with every step. A low whisper seemed to drift through the air, just out of reach of comprehension. Sarah's hands trembled slightly as she adjusted her focus, determined to capture these moments on film. Despite her growing apprehension, she knew each eerie sound could be key to unraveling the house's haunted past. With a deep breath, she continued recording, eager to unveil the mysteries hidden within those walls. As Sarah explored further, she stumbled upon a dusty old trunk in what appeared to be a children's bedroom. Intrigued, she set her camera to record and carefully opened the trunk to reveal a collection of old photographs and personal items. The images were black and white, capturing moments of family life long gone: a smiling couple, a child holding a ragged teddy bear, and even a group photo with faces that seemed to fade into the shadows. Each photo sent a shiver down her spine, as though the spirits of the past were reaching out to her. Alongside the pictures, she found faded letters tied together with a fraying ribbon, their words filled with longing and sorrow. Phrases like "the night we lost them and never returned" stood out, hinting at a tragedy that befell the family. Sarah's heart raced as she realized these artifacts were more than just remnants, they painted a grim picture of the house's history. Determined to delve deeper into this story, she continued filming, capturing the chilling evidence that connected her directly to the fate of the previous residents. As night fell, the atmosphere in the house shifted dramatically. Shadows deepened, and an oppressive silence enveloped Sarah as she continued to explore. The dim light of her flashlight flickered, casting eerie shapes on the walls. To maintain her courage, she focused on filming, hoping the camera would be her shield against the unknown. Suddenly, strange occurrences began to unfold around her. Objects appeared to move ever so slightly, a door creaked ominously on its hinges, and whispers floated through the air, barely audible but unmistakably present. Sarah's heart raced as she caught these bizarre moments on her camera. Each occurrence made her question her senses. Was her mind playing tricks on her, or was something supernatural at work? She reviewed the footage briefly on her camera, her breath hitching as she noticed a shadow dart past in the corner of the frame. Fear surged within her, yet an insatiable curiosity kept her focused. Determined to document everything, she pressed on into the dark depths of the house, unaware of what awaited her just beyond the shadows. Just as Sarah turned a corner, the house plunged into darkness, the sudden power outage sending her heart racing. Her flashlight flickered ominously, struggling to pierce through the thick blackness that enveloped her. Panic gripped her as she realized how isolated she felt in that moment, with only the soft sound of her breath and the ominous creaks of the house surrounding her. With one last flicker, the beam from her flashlight shone weakly before fading entirely, leaving her in absolute darkness. Sarah's mind raced with thoughts of what lurked in the shadows. She fumbled for her camera, hoping it could still provide some light or at least record whatever was about to unfold. In the pitch-black silence, Sarah's other senses heightened. She could hear faint rustling and a soft, low whisper that seemed to echo off the walls. In that chilling moment, she felt as if she wasn't alone anymore. Despite her fear, determination surged within her. She would document everything, even if it meant facing what haunted those darkened halls. As Sarah stood frozen in darkness, her phone buzzed startlingly in her pocket. She fumbled to pull it out, grateful for the brief glimmer of light from the screen. To her surprise, she saw several messages from an unknown number. The messages were terse and urgent, urging her to leave the house immediately. "Get out now," one read, while another simply stated, "You're not alone." Her heart raced as fear washed over her. Was this a prank, or was someone genuinely warning her? Dismissing the messages felt impossible as dread settled in her gut. The darkness around her thickened, making it hard to breathe, and the whispers seemed to grow louder, echoing through the empty halls. Despite the rising panic, Sarah felt torn, her curiosity about what lay ahead battled with the instinct to flee. At that moment, she could sense something watching her from the shadows. With a mix of fear and determination, she decided to document everything and bring the truth of this house to light, no matter what awaited her. Despite her growing fear, Sarah couldn't shake the thought that this could be the documentary of a lifetime. She steadied her hand and turned her camera back on, determined to document every unsettling moment, convinced that the raw emotion of her experience would captivate viewers. The whispers and shadows around her felt like clues, pieces of a puzzle that needed solving. Moving cautiously, she began filming again, capturing the eerie ambience of the darkened house. Each creak of the floorboard seemed to echo her racing heartbeat, but she pushed through the anxiety. She thought of how her audience would react to the suspenseful footage, how they would feel every chill and thrill alongside her. As she wandered further into the house, Sarah felt a strange sense of purpose. The dark history she had uncovered had transformed from mere fascination into a personal journey. Whatever awaited her in the shadows, she was ready to face it, believing that her bravery and curiosity would lead to an unforgettable story no one else could tell. As Sarah ventured deeper into the house, a sudden cold draft swept past her, causing the hair on the back of her neck to stand up. She instinctively raised her camera, ready to capture whatever might happen next. Just then, a ghostly figure emerged from the shadows, a translucent figure of a woman dressed in an old-fashioned gown, her face a mask of sorrow. Sarah's heart raced as she focused the lens on the apparition, her fear mixed with awe. The ghostly figure seemed to drift closer, reaching out with a trembling hand. "Help me," the spirit whispered, her voice echoing through the empty halls. The sight both terrified and fascinated Sarah. This was exactly what she had hoped to document. With trembling hands, Sarah continued to film, feeling an undeniable pull toward the spirit. She knew this moment could be the climax of her documentary, yet every instinct screamed at her to flee. Instead, she confronted her fears head-on, determined to record this chilling encounter and uncover the truth behind the haunting presence before her. As the ghostly figure hovered before Sarah, she felt an overwhelming sense of connection, as if the spirit was urging her to uncover the truth about its tragic past. With her camera rolling and adrenaline pumping, she asked questions, hoping to document the spirit's story. Suddenly, a cold wind swept through the room, extinguishing her flashlight and plunging her into darkness once more. Desperate to regain her composure, Sarah fumbled for her camera's night vision feature, but before she could activate it, a loud crash echoed through the house. The floor beneath her shook violently, sending her heart racing. In that instant of panic, the air thickened, and a blinding flash enveloped her surroundings. When the light faded, Sarah had vanished without a trace. The camera continued to record, capturing only silence and empty rooms as if she had never been there at all. Meanwhile, outside the house, darkness settled over the landscape while unanswered questions lingered. What had happened to Sarah? Would anyone ever know the truth about that haunted place? Days after Sarah's disappearance, local news stations began reporting on the mysterious case, drawing attention from the entire community. Friends and family held press conferences, their faces etched with worry as they pleaded for help in finding her. Her best friend, Emily, spoke tearfully to reporters, recounting how passionate Sarah was about her filmmaking dreams and her fascination with haunted places. She would never just disappear, Emily insisted, eyes glistening with tears. As the investigation unfolded, police scoured the abandoned house that had become central to Sarah's story, hoping to find clues that might lead to her whereabouts. Neighbors shared stories of eerie sounds emanating from the house before her filming expedition. Meanwhile, viewers were captivated by the suspense and mystery of Sarah's case, waiting breathlessly for updates. The haunting beauty of Sarah's documentary footage was later featured on television, images of shadows dancing in darkened rooms and whispers hinting at secrets now left untold. The community grew more concerned as days turned into weeks without answers, rallying together in search of the spirited filmmaker who seemed to have vanished into thin air. Weeks later, after countless searches and dead ends, police returned to the abandoned house, alerted by a tip that had come in from a concerned neighbor. As they scoured the dusty rooms, one officer noticed something glinting in the dim light beneath a tattered curtain. It was Sarah's camera, left behind in the chaos. The officers exchanged hopeful glances. This could be the break they needed. Carefully, they retrieved the camera and gathered in the dimly lit living room to review its footage. With each frame that played, they were drawn into Sarah's world, her exploration of the house and the unsettling moments she had captured. The eerie whispers and ghostly encounters flooded back to life on screen, leaving the officers both captivated and unnerved. As they reached the last recorded segment, an overwhelming tension filled the room. The footage abruptly cut off just before her disappearance, leaving an unsettling silence hanging in the air. Questions loomed. What had truly happened to Sarah? Had she uncovered something far more sinister than anyone could have imagined? As the police and investigators reviewed the footage from Sarah's camera, the eerie moments leading up to her disappearance unfolded vividly on the screen. The video captured her hesitant exploration of the house, from her initial excitement to the growing tension and fear that permeated every room she entered. Viewers watched as shadows flickered just out of sight and whispers echoed in the darkness, creating an atmosphere thick with suspense. Each chilling encounter seemed to draw her deeper into the supernatural events unfolding around her. As she discovered old photographs and letters, Sarah's fascination blurred with dread, evident in her expressions and shaky hands. The footage revealed her emotional turmoil, portraying a filmmaker captivated but increasingly overwhelmed by what she was documenting. The final moments on the recording were haunting. Just as she prepared to confront the spirit that had appeared before her, the camera shook violently, and everything cut to black. Leaving viewers with unsettling questions, they wondered what truly happened in those moments. Did she uncover a terrifying truth, or did something far darker take her away? In the wake of Sarah's disappearance, the mystery surrounding her fate lingered heavily in the air, casting a shadow over the community. As friends and family grappled with their loss, they began to realize that some stories, especially those tied to dark histories, might be better left untold. The abandoned house stood as a grim reminder of the dangers that lurked within its walls, a place where curiosity turned into desperation. Though Sarah had sought to unveil the truth through her lens, her quest for knowledge led her into an unknown realm that few could comprehend. Her footage revealed not just ghostly encounters, but also a profound connection to the past, a haunting echo of those who had come before her and suffered similar fates. As time passed, whispers of Sarah's story transformed into cautionary tales shared among locals, urging future explorers to think twice before venturing into places steeped in darkness. Sarah's legacy became a blend of intrigue and warning, reminding everyone that some mysteries are best left shrouded in silence, guarding secrets best forgotten.